everybody, and welcome back. This is Rudy with MMO Play, and today I'm going to show you another mod for Arma 2 Operation Arrowhead called Wasteland. So, right off the bat, if you're familiar with Daisy, which is a very popular mod for Arma 2, you'll notice some similarities. It's on the same map, so it's very Russian, very Eastern European. However, you can tell right off the bat that I just spawned and picked up a very, very good weapon, which is very unusual. That doesn't happen in Daisy. So, right off the bat, that tells you that this is a much different type of game that requires a much different type of player. What Wasteland is somewhat of a blend between Team Fortress and Daisy. So it still has that gritty realism, as you can tell just by the way it looks. There's this kind of brown haze around the entire map. And then, of course, it runs off the Arma 2 engine, which, you know, there's lots and lots of different things. The ballistics, the rolls, the jumps, everything is all tailored to tactical play and to team play. But it's different from Daisy in that there are no zombies. It's not a zombie mod. It is post-apocalyptic, but no zombies. Your biggest opponent is the other team, the other faction, so to speak. There are multiple factions, 3. Oh, I guess you could say 2, and then 1 independent. So there's your blue 4, then there's your op 4, and then there are your independents, which the independents don't even have real loyalties to themselves. I guess it's just more or less you're there, you get to kill anyone, including other independents. But with blue 4 and op 4, you generally are not allowed to kill each other. You're punished if you do so. And you have to work together to either complete missions, assault other bases, or just kind of general wander around and collect things, do your resource gathering. So, I'm going to take a look at my map and see where my team is. There, I think I'm getting close. I have no idea. Where are they? There's a general store, which is pretty cool. I think there's an in-game currency that you can go and purchase stuff from NPCs at. So the role-playing element in this game is dramatically increased, more so than it was in other Arma 2 mods that you may be familiar with. So I guess you could say it's more closely related to Arma and Arma 2 in the fact that you get these really nice guns. There's a lot of team-based tactics going on, and you have to use teamwork and have some kind of coordination in order to complete objectives. So it's a lot of fun. That's one of the main reasons that this game attracted me, is that it was, you know, a very realistic tactics-based teamwork shooter. And if you wanted to be successful at it, you had to correctly utilize all of those. So there's a lot to it. You can also say there is an RTS element to this game as well, because in your bases, there's different op 4 and blue 4 bases. You can construct defenses, whether they're little walls like this, or towers, or bunkers. You can lay down defensive positions in order to better fortify yourself against the enemy. So you could see that there are tons and tons and tons of just different things that would normally seem out of place in this small Russian town, such as, you know, armored vehicles, which is what this is. Let's see if there's any equipment in there. Ooh, that's a big machine gun. Let's go ahead and take that with tons of ammo. Why not? Tons of defenses, little bunkers everywhere. So it is more combat oriented than your typical Arma mod experience. And I am having a hard time finding my teammates. Alright, let's see. Another vehicle. Also, all the equipment is spread out in vehicles, so no more having to search through shacks and look through piles of garbage. You see a vehicle, you find a weapon, you grab the vehicle, and you take off. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Get in UAZ. as the driver, and let's see where we can go. So, because of the vehicles, it makes this game a lot more fast-paced than what you may be familiar with. You can traverse this huge map. It's also a 16-kilometer map in, just a matter of minutes. And going from town to town doesn't take hours anymore. 45 minutes. You don't have to crawl through everything in order to make sure that you get there safely. You can just grab a vehicle and you just drive and get there as fast as possible. So, as for my teammates, I have no idea where they went, but I'm going to travel up this road until I either see something. Oh, look, there we go. There's a tower. Oh, it looks like they're trying to coordinate building a base. So let's see. Get out. And this is an example of one of the defenses you can build. Just a little stand, little deer stand. Looks like there's also some other stuff out here that could be used for cover or loading stuff. So there you go, just random stuff. I mean, you'll be in the middle of a field and suddenly you'll stumble upon what looks like this gigantic fortress with barbed wire and all this really interesting stuff. So it's definitely an entirely different element than what you may be familiar with if you're a veteran Arma 2 or DayZ player. Oh, and objectives, which obviously I just failed one. So there are objectives. There are objectives against NPCs. You can do escort missions, just a whole bunch of random stuff. And then you can also assault the enemy base, kill your opponents, and have fun that way. So there's a lot for you to do in this mod. The role-playing element is still there. There's not as much emphasis on scavenging, but you do need to get water and food. But everything is just kind of, all the weapons are handed to you, so you can focus less on surviving and more on killing and going out and working with your team. Well, alright everybody, let's fire off a couple shots. Look at that. Oh, just that power. Maybe it'll scare some people away. But yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. This is Rudy with MMO Play, and you just saw a first look at Wasteland.